February 1st. Time is 4:38. Stephen messaged me that he had left his office, he's running late, so I'll be here probably about 10 minutes late, so he should be here in a minute.
Give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and take them. What time did you call over?
4:38.
For the record, we had a nice earthquake today at 3:45.
We had two actually.
But we actually,
On this side,
was there one at 3?
unbelievable.
I think at 3 there was one.
There was two, but on this side, I'm right down the block. You would have not believed it.
The 3 was really weird. By my house.
I mean, unbelievable.
It was good.
And this was on this side.
But remember, you're just slamming doors.
Do you have somebody who lives in your house slamming doors?
Unless you want to come live with me.
So we'll do a roll call. Miguel Martinez,
Rudy Blanco?
right here.
No, I'm sorry. President Esther Cohen.
Angel Ernesto.
Present Angelo Quadra Garcia.
Brian Moneda.
John's not present, and Steven said he's running a few minutes late. Should be any minute. Do any public comments?
No.
No, no one's on. No.
So, we have new business. Actually, I need to do an addition, deferral and deletion. So I was made aware, reminded that in January, we need to do the elections.
Yes, we didn't
And we
do
needed to address the letter that received from the Limestone Association. So I think I'll put a motion to add those two to the agenda. 2 items.
I'll second one. Okay.
All right, all in favor then?
Aye.
So let's if we do,
Your secretary.
Yeah, I'm not used to this. Motion to add,
Wiser.
motion to add, what?
the additions for elections and then the letter from the Limestone Association. Second by Rudy.
Yeah.
All in favor,
Aye.
favor of call and motion passed. I'll suggest to address the letter, to give a few minutes to Stephen to get here for the elections.
The minute that they wrote, right? When we saw it, the,
That they're inviting us.
the one that they responded. Yeah. Short and simple, we missed you. Yeah, that was. That's all. What would you do? Something like that. To that effect.
Wish you were here. Right home.
Yeah.
Find the winner. All right, I'll read the letter into record. Can address it. If I may deadline.
Did you pen it?
What?
Pen it or was it
Not yet.
Steve? Oh,
It's from the Miami-Dade Limestone Product Association. Although it was received on the 17th, it's dated February 13th. The mayor of Miami said, thank you for contacting the principal members of the Miami-Dade Limestone Product Association. Include CMEX Titan Vulcan materials and what requires regarding your upcoming meeting. Your letter cites a desire to improve dialogue and educate the public, quote unquote, on issues related to blasting and our longstanding operations in the Lake Belt region. We strongly share that desire. Unfortunately, past meetings of the Miami Lakes Plastic Advisory Board have promoted neither dialogue nor education. For example, in a recent public meeting of the group, one member encouraged attendees to go after our industry and the thousands of working Floridians whose livelihoods depend on it. We have no reason to believe the January 19th roundtable discussion will prove any more constructive. However, in the spirit of dialogue and education, we would consider working with the town of Miami Lakes to select an alternative venue and develop a more constructive meeting format focused on facts, not politics. Our industry proudly employs thousands of Floridians, supplies essential products to millions more, and operates according to the best practices, sound science, and all state and federal regulations. Without our work in the Lake Belt region, the cost of construction in Sunshine State would skyrocket, raising prices in everyone who buys a home, shops at a store, or drives on a road, which is to say, everyone. In view of our shared desire to improve dialogue and educate the public, we look forward to your favorable response. Vicki Thomas, Executive Director. So, I guess we'll start with thoughts on that. So I know what I'm feeling.
They decided to, they never intended to show up.
Right.
They found whatever they could latch onto as an excuse. Thank you, for their not attending. They were notified about this months in advance. You know, and I think that they were waiting, you know, to pick apart something and choose something to hang their hat on. As a BAB, we knew this. And I think that, you know, the discussions that we've had here is what we cannot do is give them something to hang their hat on. The less you give them, the more unreasonable they appear. And the more difficult it becomes for them to deny us. So it is while I don't give any credibility to their stated reason, it is imperative that we as a board recognize that we cannot do anything to distance and further them. That being said, that's one comment I have on it. The other comment I have on it is, you know, their desire, their stated desire, and what I would like to say is, before I even go into that second part, is had they not been able to hang their hat on, right, on how did they say it?
The past meeting promoted neither dialogue nor education. For example, in a recent public meeting of the group, one member encouraged attendees to go after our industry and thousands of working Floridians.
So if that had not happened, where as they claim, you know, a member of the committee rallied people to go after them, quote unquote. If they think about it, what would they be able to hang their hat on? The fact that they were not included in the scheduling and the venue location, they would appear to be the unreasonable ones. Like, what are you scared of? We are a body of citizens with no real governing authority. We have no rule-making power. We're nothing more than advocates, and so they have nothing really to truly fear from us. And I mean, frankly, even if this was the council would have little to no power over them because they're not within the town of Miami Lakes.
Right.
So there's all that. Then there's a second part, which is their desire to have an open dialogue on neutral ground, you know, and to coordinate that. I do think that, yeah, let's proceed with that. We have to always be seen as
We're always open.
as our door is always open, and we are taking the steps necessary to get them to the table. So yeah, let's reach out to them, you know, and what was the name of the person again?
Vicki Thomas.
And she's the executive director, Vicki Thomas. So yeah, I say, is there an email anywhere in there?
We have an email because they sent it to me at a time.
So we have it. So we have a way of getting back to them and start the dialogue. Start the dialogue. I hope for that kind of dialogue, does it have to go to the town staff, or can it be a set member of the committee that has that dialogue?
We've done it through the mayor's office and the staff because you guys requested it. don't know where, you guys can reach out to me.
Yeah, and the reason I think that the board chose to do it through the mayor's office was because this is also our first contact. You know, and it makes sense to come from the mayor, but I think at this point, it makes sense that we don't really rely on the mayor's office so much that we do it, so.
I think we say.
I don't know, I don't agree with you, Ron. There's gotta be, you guys as board members, two people can't be speaking, it's gotta be a person.
As long as the committee agrees to, like, if the committee agrees what the communication is going to be, and that
We don't
like,
have
the
the letter.
committee member will send it back, that's fine.
Oh, just a response to the letter,
Response.
not a meeting.
No,
Okay.
Right now.
no,
And it wouldn't
And
be,
this- okay,
No.
okay.
but also it wouldn't be two members of this committee, it would actually just be one member of the committee. Who's the one that's tasked with, hey, go and send the letter after the BAB tells them what to say in the letter. And then that one person would be the kind of like the point of contact for the ML, what is it, the MDLPA?
Right.
The MDLPA, that will be that contact person. It just makes more sense for it to be here at the, I guess, local level
Right.
of the BAB.
No, the letter is gonna be addressed from us. It's basically on behalf of the town through the Blessing Advisory Board.
Right.
We are responding to your letter dated January 13th, received on 18th.
I've done it before.
Just to address it. That we're in agreement, we are in agreement of improved dialogue and educating the public. So we, yes, I think this whole letter is quote unquote theatrics, so we try to avoid. They picked on an element that happened of a 90-second occurrence and voided the hour and 40 minutes that was discussed, and how many times was it spoken of working together. So that just shows you, my opinion, their intent of circumventing what's actually being tried to do. As constantly looking at the victims, looking as victim status, which they're not. I think it needs to be addressed that this body, this board, us, we're volunteers and trying to come with an amicable solution to coexist with an industry, a necessary industry. I think that's imperative and reiterated. We're not here trying to shut anybody down as stated ad nauseum. So I think we should start, we welcome a discussion. We attempted. Basically the ball's in your court. We attempted, you denied it. What do you want to do?
Sure.
Senor, you're gonna join us? You lie like a rose.
Be good. Be good.
We're good.
I know you guys like them, but I like that.
I keep it moving.
Yeah. No problems. So to reply to this, we're in agreement then to accept their invitation.
Accepting.
Well, I mean, this might be splitting the weeds here, but we're not accepting an invite.
No.
We're responding to them, but let's be clear about who sent the OG invite here. We invited them.
Right.
What we're doing is accommodating their request for a neutral sit down. We're not, we're not, they're not the saviors here who sent us an invite. And I know, again, that's splitting weeds, splitting hairs, but I'm not, I don't want them trying to take some high ground like they invited us.
Right. So I respectfully request then, would you like to pen a draft of this letter? And we can evolve it before sending?
logistically speaking, I have no problem with doing that, logistically speaking, when would we want to get this letter out?
I would do it, and as we were advised, ASAP.
Yeah. And I mean, preferably prior to our trip.
Let them respond. If they don't respond,
Sure.
it's another feather in our cap.
Then I think that the way logistically that it needs to happen is there needs to be a motion here. You need to give me the points that need to be covered in the letter for sure. And then appoint me to draft a letter based on those points and send it to them. That's what's gonna avoid us having to come to yet another meeting before to finalize and approve. If you appoint me to be the person that does the letter, then I can just do the letter and send it.
Right, but I think whomever does the letter should be reviewed at least somewhat, even if what we did last, that I will
Yeah.
send it to all of us.
Yeah.
Any comments,
Yeah.
you know, and go that way. We could have a motion to do that, just such that.
But then who sends the,
They're sending the letter.
Like, you, yeah, you guys
We
send it to
prepare
me and I would
recommendations.
distribute it.
We're preparing the letter.
okay, so then you would appoint me to do the letter based on the points that you give me. I send it to, I'll send it to you guys. You guys get back to her saying no comments or it's good to go, whatever, and then she sends it. If you want to make that.
Council
Doesn't have to review.
It's not legal.
I make a motion that let it be penned by LSP Law. And that it be distributed to the BAB board for any corrections, revisions,
And or approve.
and approval. And that if revisions are done, that it be sent back to the board, so we see the final version that's being sent.
That's fine. That's, and that.
Before you continue. Get that.
Then you
This is why I'm not running for secretary.
you can run your own, write your own motion your way. It doesn't have to be verbatim. These are action minutes.
How you seeing so small?
Yeah, that's the problem. Like,
That's why I need a big screen. You can zoom in. Yeah, do I need to- That's my guess.
especially when you have bad vision.
Okay.
Esther moved that Brian Murray drafts letter responding to MDLPA letter and that he send it to Isle for distribution to BAB members for approval. If approved, I will send to MDLPA representative. If revised, Brian will revise and send it again to Isle for approval from the BAB members.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay?
And that was seconded by who? Is there, well, no further discussion. And then, because what we'll do is we'll do a follow-up motion on the topics that you definitely want in the letter. We'll do a follow-up
Okay.
motion.
Well, I mean, that's fine. We discussed it, so. Now we'll.
So we're gonna have the letter.
You want to vote on it?
So, so the topics to be.
Well, I'm saying to vote on just for me to be the one to do it. Then separately, you have a motion on what are the items that need to be covered.
So we voted that you're doing it.
Oh, we did vote on it.
Yeah.
Was it unanimous?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You voted it, you agreed. to
There's
it.
Stephen.
Yeah, I agreed to it.
Do not open your computer yet, please.
No, open that as soon as possible.
Let you finish that.
I was like, oh.
You finish that and then you say, I will not.
I am definitely not running for secretary.
Angel. Angel said it.
Oh, yeah, you can, hell no. Oh, no, I suck at this.
Finishing one and you gotta-
You can take it.
Okay, you can finish that one, relax, he's here, back.
Maybe you do shorthand. What was that? You do shorthand?
Shorthand.
No, what,
Well, actually, yeah, it's like a year or two.
This is- We do minutes all the time for the boards, it's like. And for the
Yeah, yeah.
association.
I built that way.
Oh.
In very shorthand.
And I have a budget of minutes I didn't send in a while. Wasn't expecting this thing.
I only have two pending.
As long as you haven't broken water yet. we're good.
You think Stevie might be the one that wants to be famous?
It's a lawyer thing.
No, because you know, this is a very vision.
Yeah, oh, that ain't gonna make him famous.
Yeah.
Are we okay?
That ain't gonna make
Are
him
we
famous.
okay?
So now we're gonna discuss the items that we want to have in the list,
Topics.
right?
That's at the top.
Um,
One is, we share the desire, we're in agreement with sharing of the desire of improved dialogue and educating the public. I think we also make a point that
agree
I'm
with,
just, I'm.
I know, but
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
but you have
Go
to
ahead.
give it time.
Share the desire, we're in agreement with them, improve dialogue and educate the public. Prior to that, or prioritize that we are a group of volunteers.
What is it, prioritize that we're about?
In the elements of doing, before that, the first. thing we said, Emphasize, that's the word. That we are volunteers. And recognize the significance and importance of the industry.
I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
We'll move the meeting into the ale house. So, that, and then,
That was 3 points.
what was the verbiage that you said?
1, 2, 3.
Recognizing that they're,
4.
yeah, what you said prior.
Do we want to be open with them?
No, he said something that regarding that, we're the ones that.
No, we're not gonna make
initiated this.
them.
No, we initiated this meeting.
Yeah, we initiated, yeah. They did not invite us.
You have 3 points already, Brian? Okay.
I mean, so my point, it was just really a correction of language that was used in
Yeah.
here. I mean, if you want me to stress the fact that we are the ones who started this, I think that's a little childish.
Yeah.
I personally think it's a little
Not
childish.
that way, not that
Yeah.
way, but stating that, It's
It's just
showing
the
that,
continuation of our original.
And dialogue.
it's showing that we are amicable, to continue dialogue.
Yeah, that's, the word dialogue is very important. I think that's it.
And that we still want to coexist, and we still want
I would even
to,
offer.
we don't want to shut them down.
We already said that with
What about
recognizing you.
venues that if they don't want to do it in town hall, we could do it at the park.
So that's where I was gonna get to. There has to be specifics in there about, coordinating it. And I do think we need to set, I do think we need to draw certain lines. We may be willing to agree to certain things outside the town, but in no, first of all, it shouldn't be outside the town. It should be within the town.
Venue.
At a mutually agreed venue, sure.
I think that's some.
What?
I just don't see why we're the town.
You're not gonna-
They're really, no, maybe they will.
What was that?
I don't see why the venue's important. We just need a place. where we-
It's important to them.
They brought it up.
They brought it up. So it's addressing their.
They're terrified.
You
So,
don't wanna shut them down from the beginning, at least keep that door open a little bit.
but what I'm not willing to do, or what I'm not okay with us doing, what I would vote against is us going all the way to either the mine itself
No,
or
that cannot be.
a corporate headquarters,
That
an
cannot be.
office,
No,
or something that is not in Northwest State.
Neutral ground.
It has to be neutral grounds. I do think, Miami Lakes, it should be the venue.
Yeah.
I would propose, based on the town's availability, and I don't know what fees may exist for this. But what is it called?
The Mary Collins Building and.
The Roberto Alonso
Right.
Center,
Center,
in
87.
West Miami Lakes on 87th. I think the Roberto Alonso, but again, we're not even gonna suggest one. Someone said it earlier, I think a mutually agreed.
She said,
Usually.
I think that's the best, that's the best
Yeah,
language.
don't close the door, because they might say F you.
That's the best language.
Is there any, I guess, question for the town? I agree, put that in language. Is there any restrictions on a town hosting event outside this town of Miami Lakes?
Well, I have to double check.
Right.
That is.
But we addressed that once, that when we're doing
Like, right.
Public meeting, but outside of, but I believe it has to be a town.
right, but that's what I'm saying, when we were doing at the rally, looking at the end of Miami Gardens, that parking lot that's there, that's outside the town jurisdiction. So-
While I've been working with you guys, I don't recall that being requested. I remember you guys talking about P94, I believe it's called, the one with the bridge, and that is
There.
town.
No, not the bridge, the on 186. At the end of 186
That's the parking right all the way up to
I
the.
know what you're referring to, but as far as I've been working with you guys, that wasn't asked. to do that. So I don't have an answer.
We didn't take it up because it was addressed that it was outside the town.
Oh, okay,
jurisdiction.
so you already know.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I think it has to be, if it's this body, we gotta,
yeah, I think it does have to be in something, but I'll reconfirm for you guys.
So, what was I gonna say? Let's see what I'm saying now.
And I'm sorry, while you're thinking, for those of you didn't hear, because there is another committee at 5:30.
Sure.
I know you guys might go over a few minutes, but please be
Sure.
respectful.
I just remember, there's nothing against us. Suppose that they say to us, sure, we want to have this meeting, but one of the conditions is it is not a big public meeting. It's more of a private sit down.
Yes.
I would like to know, from town staff, or from the town attorney, whether we're allowed to do that. I assume that we are.
I don't think we can. If
We do it in Tallahassee.
Right, but if it's a body, if we're acting as a body, then it's a meeting.
We're not acting as a body.
We already decided to act as a body here. And then we're just executing what we already decided to do. And we're not making decisions at that meeting.
Correct.
We are simply
There's no vote.
information gathering and seeing how we can come to terms. And then if any decision needed to come about, we would have them here.
Share and dialogue.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no vote.
So I don't think it's
Where the
correct.
vote is involved is.
I just wanted to make sure.
Doing.
I just want to make sure that that wasn't a deal breaker or something.
All right, so since we're short on time, are the lobbyists online?
No, they were not able to,
That's a problem.
but it was very short notice. I mean,
Yeah,
just
that's a
keep that
serious
in mind.
problem.
If you
Well, you're
want
not their
me to
favorite person.
schedule you,
What dates are
if
they,
you want me to try to schedule for any of these upcoming days, I can.
Well,
what
we
dates are they finally recommend, still those dates?
Yeah, those dates that I give you guys with recommendation.
the 13th, we're the 13th.
It was 2 weeks, I don't really remember, but I can pull it up.
You said the 13th and the 20th.
Fabricio,
Have you spoken to Fabricio? I trust his.
the last of the Fabricio was the last priority date was the week of 13th,
Yeah,
so that
13th.
coincides. So, what I think would be best.
The 20th is a holiday too, so I don't know. If they're open in Tallahassee, Monday, Monday the 20th is President's Day. They're probably closed.
Yeah, that week's President's Day.
They'll be in session Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
No,
Yeah, we'll be flying in.
I'm saying that Monday.
We're not gonna do anything that Monday.
Right, that Monday.
I just don't think you should be there the week that the town is there, regardless that it's for a different event. You're gonna have the lobbyists there, not your favorite people. I don't think they're gonna be there the second week.
The week of the 10th, no?
No, on the 13th, they're
13th.
gonna be there.
Only the one day.
They're on that Wednesday.
Wednesday, the
I think
15th.
There is a point that obviously the mayor's gonna be the town manager.
Town manager.
Councilman
attorney.
Villegas is gonna be there. The lot,
And the
our lobby
lobbyists.
team, the lobbyists are there regardless, and they're in session, but our lobby team is gonna be focused on
Right.
showing the mayor
That's
around,
where I
making
think
sure the
we should
mayor's
do
meetings
that.
are correct, making sure Councilman Villegas' meetings are correct. So there's a point there, I'm doing it, not doing it at the same time. There's also the potential, in my opinion, that Mayor Sid goes into a meeting and then we come in an hour later Oh, here's some more stuff about Miami Lakes. I don't know, that's, I think for, that's the way I feel about it.
But I don't see it as a, you know, we're dependent.
I would love to know what the lobby is saying.
I think that's.
I think that's.
They can't get on the call.
There are other ones.
They couldn't even get, they couldn't even teleconference.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna move us back for a second. I'm gonna move that the 5 items of discussion that have to be part of the letter responding to the MDLPA are: number 1, that we share the desire and agree with them on improving education of the public regarding rock mining blasting. 2, emphasize that we're volunteers. 3, recognize the importance of the industry. 4, this is a continuation of our original invite and dialogue. 5, that it be a mutually agreed upon amendment. So I move that those be the item of discussion.
I make a motion to approve.
Oh, I just moved it.
Second.
Just give me a second. You want a second?
And I think you're doing a great job. You will be appointed the secretary.
Hell no. I refuse.
Should I send in my resume?
Haven't done election yet.
So you weren't here. We actually added elections to the agenda.
Oh.
Letter.
They were done.
We got 20 minutes to finish, and we're gonna get kicked out.
No, we'll go to the,
Alright.
we'll go to the,
The chambers.
So back to the other discussion.
thank you.
Just email that. Oh,
Right.
you're the secretary. Email it to me.
So he's gonna pen the letter, send it to Isle, and I'll send it to all of us, like we did last
Yeah,
time.
perfect.
All right.
So you want Steve now to take over the secretary job?
Yeah, go ahead. Just let me know where we're at. Email that, whatever you got.
We're in new business
New
and
business.
we're discussing the task. Before getting into that, do you want to quickly do the elections? We're pretty much-
Yeah, do the elections now.
So
We added additions and deletions to the agenda, since it's already published.
It's election for last month. Election for last month.
Yeah.
Members.
We're Cuban, so we're on Cuban. We're going Cuban time. So go for elections. I guess, as before, any volunteers for positions or thoughts, or who wants to appoint, for
Just start with
election?
each position and then.
yeah, I nominate Stephen Herzberg for secretary.
That was quick.
I need to protect myself.
Steve.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing a great job.
My chair.
Well,
Without-
Anybody else nominating for secretary or?
And at the end of the day,
Or
you have to do a roll
And you have
call.
to do.
Yeah. Oh, is this your first time being
You
chair?
can't be nominating yourself.
My,
I appointed both of them last time,
All right,
so now I'm gonna appoint myself.
to what?
Don't worry,
All right, not to secretary though.
obviously not.
Hearing no other nominations for secretary, I will move to appoint Stephen Herzberg as our secretary.
I think they were roll call. Roll call.
Everyone's doing your job. I'm just here.
They roll call.
and
Roll call.
Agreed.
you vote in favor?
David?
In favor? In favor?
That's all in favor.
Steve,
Congratulations.
congrats. Steve, you are really.
Unanimous.
I appreciate the trust.
So,
Understand.
we have any nominations for chair and vice chair?
You should do one at a time. Chair or vice, one at a time. They've never done.
Nominate Rodolfo Blanco for vice chair.
Excellent.
Are there any other nominations?
I nominate myself for vice chair.
Um,
So we go into election.
Any other?
I'm the oldest.
we go by roll. I'll request a roll call, right? And then you just say who you're
You should
voting
do it for one. Yeah. exactly.
Yeah.
for? Okay, who starts?
Go ahead.
Blanco.
I would like to elect Mr. Blanco.
Sir?
I'm taking word from you.
Between my parents.
What is it?
Huh?
Your parents are not here.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Big Wolf and
Esther
son.
or Rudy?
I'm saying, I don't know.
Your face?
This guy.
You want it,
Mr. Blanc.
Mr. Blanco? Esther or Rudy?
Esther.
No.
Blanco.
Blanco. So
Thank you, guys. Good.
Congratulations.
Could you-
Right thing.
No.
Gotta get you weight off that back. You got too much on your back.
And then.
I'd like to nominate Miguel Martinez, for the chair.
Unanimous.
Do you accept?
I guess so.
Are there any other nominations?
Are you interested, Brian?
Absolutely.
I have.
I nominated Kyle.
She just went pale.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll request a roll call.
Martinez,
Agreement, Martinez?
Martinez?
Angelo?
No, you voting yourself?
For what do we got now?
For chair.
Chair.
I'd like to keep my Mr. Miguel.
He's the only one on the ballot.
You're splitting hairs on this one? Then go ahead.
My vote is no for both, chair and vice chair, because I truly believe we need a change, but that's just my personal opinion. I'd like to put that on the record.
Okay. So what, you're abstaining from voting?
No, I'm saying no.
No.
Martinez, you already voted.
I guess,
Yeah. Please put on the record that while we're on this,
Martinez, you have no.
put on the
gray
record,
hairs.
on this,
Where are they?
there's not a time for change right now. We need the right leadership that's there, and I think the people that are there right now are the ones that are qualified for it.
All right. I move the agenda.
Absolutely.
so
I'm
congratulations.
just trying to get us in under that 5:30 time limit.
Yes.
Let's go.
So now moving forward, to new business for the lobbying trip. The date, from what I'm seeing, basically it's concurring with Fabricio's recommendation, and the lobbyist recommendation was the week of the 13th.
I make a motion that you schedule it for the second week. Tuesday the 22nd, if you want to fly in on a Monday night, like you said, because you want to fly in that night before.
That's the third week.
The second week is the 20th, isn't that the
Third week.
second date, right? Whatever they recommended, the 13th and the 20th. Right, the 20th, right. So I'm just saying, the week that was recommended, the 20th. Not to conflict with what Steve said before. And have the BAB attention also ourselves instead of the lobbyists, the mayor, DAs, and all these other people who are going, the town manager, the attorney.
They're going on.
Wednesday.
That's just
We'll be
my.
there.
that's
So
just my
your
motion.
motion is for us to go the 20th through the 22nd?
Yeah.
I'll second it for discussion. Sorry, I missed it, or is that the weekend? No, I'm
That's the
I'm
following.
seconding it so that we can discuss it.
Right.
Is that the weekend that the town is there?
No.
No.
They're there the week
The
before.
town will be there on the 15th.
Just number one, it gives us more time. Flights are very scarce. We saw that ourselves last time. So I actually don't necessarily oppose that because number one, I don't know if President's Day is a
It's a holiday.
heavy,
It's a holiday.
I get that it's a holiday,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but I don't know if it's a heavy travel day. I don't think it is, which means, the flights may be readily available. Yeah, generally I have no objection, mainly because it's not gonna get more time.
Like.
Right, so, I mean, there should be flights available, these type of flights typically get booked last
We'll
night.
check the 13th and the 20th.
So, let me check. I'll put you.
So I got a question. So, the mayor and the manager and all, they're not going there for this reason.
I don't know the reason.
They're going to 15.
They're going for something to do.
One day only.
So I agree with Esther. I think that we should not have any, nothing to do with the salad, be totally separate.
Point taken. I don't think, my opinion, that it interferes either way. Because if they're going for a different reason than we are, and they're only going for one day, we'll be there for the 2 days. I don't think there's relevance to it either way. So
I think we won't, last time we had the lobbyist attention, we had somebody with time, whether it's Will or,
And there's a benefit to that.
there's a benefit to that, right?
Well, right, but I think it's gonna be there.
On that,
Because we'll be
the
there.
15th, their focus will 100% be on the mayor.
Not us.
It's not gonna be on us. That's just, they're the ones that pay the,
Right,
pay the bill,
Right.
right?
but they also have their assistants as well, so.
I mean, our lobbying team's not that big. If we were with the second guy. I feel like Will, we did a great job.
Eddie, Will works with Eddie.
Right, Will works at Eddie and, I forget the name.
Ready, what's up?
No, the other
No,
guy.
the other.
Oh, little Sao. Over.
He's a rookie. I don't know yet.
He works with Eddie, but the other guy, the other lobbyist, there's two lobbyists. So I'm-
Oh, I know.
The council approved 5 people?
They approved the budget.
The guy who's REC chair,
He was a chair.
something with the REC.
So, alright, that's irrelevant.
Both wills, both wills.
Is there any further discussion on?
My only discussion on that is there a huge, is there a big preference from Fabricio on when to go based off those 2 weekends?
He said the least priority, he gave me 3 dates, and the least priority is the 13th, and it ends up 13th. He didn't go.
I'm about to tell you, we might have our decision made here. Based off flights. So, actually, right, schedule seems like it changed a little bit, it's not as late as a departure. For the week of the 13th, it's looking like, I put 5 tickets, leaving Monday evening, not that late, I didn't see a late departure. Leaving Wednesday evening, with 5 tickets, $2,900. Where on the 20th to 22nd, same exact flights, you're looking at $4,800.
On the 22nd?
On
the
the
20th?
20th, 22nd, you're looking at.
Wow.
Why do you have to fly on a Monday? Why can't you fly on a Tuesday? You never fly on a Monday. Check Tuesday out of curiosity.
Because you can,
It's just more.
you get less time.
What's the budget per person for flight?
That's
What did we show is? I think you have 600.
600
Yeah.
each. Right?
I go to Swiss, I can go to Italy.
You can go to Italy with that money.
So the reason I only ask is just because I do see a 7 PM takeoff. But it has it's a one stop. It goes to Atlanta and then Tallahassee.
I mean, I only looked at nonstop.
I know, but sometimes for the sake of budget, you have to include it.
$650 per person for the budget.
Okay, so this one right here is, we would take off at 7:50, arrive in Tallahassee 11:58, which is around the same time that we arrived last time, pretty much. If I remember correctly, it was late.
Late.
And that was $2,997 round trip for 5 people. And then that, making sure that there's no addition for the return flight. Cause that would also be an afternoon night flight, right?
It's the President's Day thing. I just changed it from Tuesday
And
to
the
the
date goes
21st
all the way down.
to Thursday the 23rd. It goes down to the same price. It's the President's Day.
So President's Day,
I already checked.
Message it up, especially I think they have less flights in President's Day in Tallahassee. Because American doesn't have the slates of departure, and I checked Silver out of Toronto, and they don't even fly to Tallahassee.
No.
I had already checked it. You.
Yeah.
So, Spirit is in fire.
21st, 23rd, if you did that, leaving Miami at 10:30, but you get in late Tuesday evening, and then leaving Thursday evening, it's a normal price. Thursday the 23rd. I don't know when they typically, I do know that Tuesday and Wednesday are typically the busier days, but maybe President's Day, maybe. Wednesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
yeah, they're not special.
Because who knows, why would, I don't know if they're gonna be flying, I don't know if the representatives will be flying in on President's Day. I feel like most of them probably be flying in on Tuesday.
Correct,
Tuesday morning.
correct, Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably
That's what I-
coming in
There
Tuesday
you go.
morning. so.
There you go.
But that weekend, I think you're better off going Tuesday night. I wish the lobbyists could provide this information, but based on my experience working in DC, that week, they're flying in Tuesday morning, no one's flying in on
I will
Monday.
go Monday. There's no-
That's only,
Tuesday morning, if they got a red eye Tuesday morning. I can get it.
the morning flight on Tuesday will be full of representatives
The,
Good time to lobby.
Huh?
Good time to
on the
lobby.
flight.
yeah, if you get, pick my seat next to some.
put me next to someone important.
You guys are so funny.
What do you call it? So, so it looks like the consensus is the 20th. Go on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yes,
Personally, that's what I would suggest, but I mean, I guess So you, I guess. we amend your
I make a
motion.
motion that, you depart Tuesday, February 21st in AM flight, and you're looking at it?
Or PM flight.
So, yeah, that's the
Whatever, you
question,
need to tell me.
PM or AM. So we typically,
PM, there's no reason, you can do PM.
right, because I
The
mean.
same thing, but just instead of Monday, it'd be Tuesday.
Correct. I prefer to have them back into the obviously, but I believe it should be
And returning Thursday.
Thursday. All day Wednesday, all day Thursday.
I have the calendar here, if you just wanna book it.
Lobster and steak dinners, back.
I'm gonna look.
And yeah, the price is for 5
You
tickets
hungry?
is $28.94.
That already,
That's already.
that's already looking at the return, because sometimes the return will lift it up.
That's the return of 10:30, departure from Miami Tuesday, February 21st.
Sorry. Tuesday, 10:30 PM.
30 PM departure. And then leaving Tallahassee Thursday, February 23rd at 8 PM. Nonstop on American.
How much is that one?
Total for 5 tickets right now is $28.94.
All right, so we keep it within the budget.
So it's $578. Yeah, it's.
So it gets you to the house with it, or it leaves you at 10:30?
It takes Tallahassee at 12. It's the same.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
same time we took last.
Both are on American? American Eagle.
That once you start buying tickets, it is possible that your last 2 or 3 go in price.
But
because of the demand.
this is, if I, it's like if I was.
Oh, you-
buying 5 for-
Oh, you put it.
That's why if you do,
That's why you want to do it.
which she just said, she's got the card right there.
Yeah.
Well, but first we gotta approve this.
Well, let's.
And it leaves
So-
Tallahassee.
I'm gonna do this,
8 o'clock.
I'm gonna second Esther's amended motion. And then I think we've already had sufficient discussion.
All right, so let's finish organizing the trip.
You wanna have a vote on that?
Um,
So that, because as soon as you have a vote and approve this, I'm gonna step outside and call my fiance and make sure I can go. We got a venue cake tasting crap.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I want to be sure,
Yeah.
the manager has requested that you guys take a vote on who exactly is going, just to.
Yeah.
Sure we're clear on, who the 5 are.
all right, okay.
He's gonna have to input the information, so.
Yeah, and then I start.
So,
shooting down.
Do you wanna call for?
Okay,
a
so
vote?
the first vote will be then, we're gonna to go on the 21st to the 23rd.
Right.
I'll put a motion for that.
He already moved for that, it was seconded, and
Okay, so you're in favor?
I.
All right. And the next motion is attendees.
Like I said, I'm out.
I would like to attend, as I did not attend last session.
All right. You in, you out? You okay?
I'm partially in.
I'll let you.
Yeah, man.
You're in, you in or you out?
You don't ask me that, I'm always in. It's hot as a bug.
We gotta get, see if we have permission.
Yeah, I can't, like.
Right, so Brian, see something else.
Oh, yeah. I'll
I'll see if we
be,
have permission from Brian.
Oh, yeah.
the reason I can't go is my wife's due, is probably gonna be induced the next Monday, so I'm not gonna risk anything.
We're gonna use that excuse. I ain't gonna-
But I'm happy to.
Well, I'll bring the cigars. Hey, we got the
Back
cigars.
in the day, they just got out of the river, get the kid out, hey, take care of this one.
Oh, put them in the pool in the house?
But I'm happy to, be in touch with you guys, if you need some info, anybody.
So we got 1,
To
2,
get on the phone. It's
3, 4, and 5. Oh, I'll be, if Brian goes, I understand. Huh?
No, who says that?
Well, there's a 5. Are you ready? Yeah, so you're good.
So who's?
You got,
Esther?
you got Esther, you got Mario, 2,
Cam Hart?
Miguel, 3,
Cam Hart.
Rudy.
Rudy. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And 5.
Miguel,
That's it.
You're in?
Brian, and then who's the fifth?
Angel.
Angel.
So that's it.
Okay,
What is the cost per person if Angel wants to know?
the council, I think their specific approvals for 5 people, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why the manager's asking for that.
And based off the budget, it is limited.
That's it. You guys
It's
got
not
it.
a
The
budget.
problem is, we have no budget.
Oh,
We
it
have
must be
some-
enough, or maybe we can create a budget for Angelo, if he would like to go.
It would be on council approval.
I'm talking about our own budget.
We don't have a budget.
We don't have one.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Just so you know what the total cost of one person is, and if I have to split the
Got it,
50 with Angelo, I will do that on a personal basis. I feel uncomfortable reading to that.
No, that's nice, but, you guys got it. You guys got it, you guys will do very well.
And again, while I agree with the sentiment, I'm just trying to get us within the time limit here. Based on that, everyone's availability, I'm gonna move that the 5 people that we named be Esther, Rudy, Miguel, Brian, and Angel.
A second,
Second,
Third.
all in favor?
Aye. what's the next item for
All right,
discussion?
next item, the hotel.
Can I just make a motion to appoint
Our
Stephen
travel
to
agent.
go and,
I'll
to
take
be,
care of it.
find, reasonable.
Within the budget, I'll take care of it.
The,
I'll work file.
oh, we had, I think.
Well, it's fine, it actually might be a little bit nicer.
I think it was a residence.
Like $5 more.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will pick one that's.
Yeah.
that's
reasonable.
That's for breakfast, but if you get one with a masseuse, would be even better.
I'll work with Kyle, we'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll stay now.
Is there a time limit on the reservation for the airfare?
No, I want to do that.
Why don't we, yeah, just take the car to do it before.
Again,
Four boys.
Guys.
remember, when we go to Tallahassee, we're supposed to be having fun and a good time with pictures. Remember that.
Together, boys, let's keep it together.
Make sure you go and see Jimmy Patronis.
Over my,
Don't leave him out.
please. All right, so
All right,
that's getting taken care of. So
so you got
hang on.
assets.
my motion, because it has to get approved,
Oh.
so that he can actually do that for us, is my motion is to appoint Stephen to book a hotel for us within the budget allotted by the town council.
I second.
All in favor?
Second,
Congratulations.
there you go.
Um,
See, you're doing a great job.
Um,
You're moving up.
the assets meaning this type of information, I think. My personal take is to bring these flyers, bring what I presented to council, which was the readings. And it shows that there's a discrepancy between what the miners are reporting and what the state official documents are recording. And an explanation, and we could show the diagram that I have of a sine curve, the energy wave. Use that, start there. I don't know what else do you guys think of?
Can I, just a point of inquiry, when is our next meeting? Our next BAB regular
So
meeting?
you guys, this was something I needed to confirm with Karen, with you guys, I guess while you're here. The 20th is closed on holiday, so you guys have to reschedule your meeting.
That's what we would normally have.
That's what you would-
We're basically meeting for 3 days in a row, so I
We
think
didn't
I should
do that.
fulfill the requirement that is already.
There isn't a requirement for you to meet in February, that's up to you.
Well, I think.
So we can meet the.
In March.
We got.
I was about to suggest the 13th. Would that be a rescheduled regular meeting?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that would just be a reschedule.
The whole point of that meeting, in my opinion, would literally just be to get the packet together and give an instruction to council, to the town on what to print, and that's it.
And finalize, make sure everything is.
The town, yeah, because we're talking about printing. We cannot print for you guys. How much do you need? Like, what do you?
Well, that's what the purpose of that meeting is gonna be.
And keep in mind, if it's something like that flyer that we did for you guys, that was a cost. So we cannot continue to print those for you. If that's what you're looking for, anything outside of just like regular paper, then it needs to be done. through a print.
I'm transitioning.
I don't know how many, see we got left.
Because
I have a stack, I'll bring it.
I will venture to say,
I don't think,
I will venture to say that's not an issue.
I don't think.
We will be privately funded if necessary.
I think you guys have a budget for it.
Well,
We have a budget for some stuff. But, you know, so if we have a budget for it, then what's the issue?
we have a $600 budget.
No, because you're saying for the town to print, we wouldn't print. them.
Oh, I hear what you're saying, sorry, yes.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
a week's time in advance, we meet next week and we need to do that. We don't have enough per se. We have enough time in a week. to
Yeah,
get-
yeah, you have to give the print shop, that's why I'm trying to,
So I think we're good with that. I think what we have, you have, I think it should be enough.
okay, it seems like a lot,
I think we printed 300 pages,
I think you have.
or 500. what's that one?
Yeah.
Same thing as.
It's regular. I don't think it's a treasurer. The vice president.
In, no.
Yeah.
There isn't really, a-
Last name spelled right.
No, it's chair, vice chair, and secretary.
but if you, I mean, you guys are.
There's no money. She doesn't.
We try,
So-
Anyway,
So then what else but we don't have to have this discussion right now. What we
we
really,
really, the date, reset the date.
I think the 13th is what makes sense.
I think so too.
I moved to move, that's what I was asking. Would that be considered moving our regular meeting or would that be a special call?
Well, you guys, I mean, I have to reschedule your regular meeting anyways, if you guys want to have.
So
Like,
if
this
we
would be your
reschedule
regular
for
meeting,
13th. Let's reschedule.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, no, that's why I just want to know how to move it. So I moved that we reschedule our February regular meeting from Monday the 20th to Monday the 13th. Seconded by,
And I'm
Aye.
gonna double check availability.
oh, sorry. Can you,
Ask it to be excused, because I do have another board meeting to attend on the same day.
on that day?
Don't you guys have enough material that we had from last time over? We changed.
Well, that's what I wanted to discuss what is, what would you guys think a good thing to bring? So I think these flyers and the blast reports that I presented to council, not my personal one, the first one, was just an example. But the other ones that, because there's significance behind it and there's meaning behind it of the
Science.
discrepancies.
Which report are you talking about the rest of that? No,
No, it's blast reports for January 21st, I think it was.
the ones that they've been,
I gave it to the council that I presented for this budget.
I agree with you.
It shows discrepancies. And.
Range was perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
So include those two so we can talk about it if need be.
They're undisputed.
Right. What else?
I really think that we're gonna have this discussion when we next meeting.
Okay.
Just because we're running short on time but the one thing I will say about that is just, I do highly recommend that we do, as we discussed. We get all of that information, all of the dense information, at least. You give it to me, you give it to Steven or one of us, and then we upload it to our private cloud-based systems. And then what we provide the reps is the link to access that that information, because otherwise you're half of our packet was throwaway material that most of them are never gonna read. The ones that are interested in the science can get the
For
info.
the meat, the heavy duty stuff. I think we should bring some stuff.
You could put a link on something that you're gonna print. If you.
Part of it.
Correct, exactly.
But bring a few sheets that would say, look,
No, we have something, absolutely. I'm just saying, the dense part of our folder, the thick part of the folder was really stuff that was mostly just background information, research, heavy duty studies. I don't think that needs to be included. So with that, what I'll say is this discussion on assets, printing and binding, I'd move to table that to our next regular meeting on the 13th.
is there the availability on 13th?
I have to reconfirm for you tomorrow, 100%, but it looks like,
That we're good, okay. And for the same time, looks like it good for the same
yeah, it
time?
looks like.
What time?
Looks like it.
7 or?
7
Let's,
PM.
I'll modify the motion to table it to the next meeting of the BAB. Not bound by a specific date, so if we do have to change the date, it just gets brought up at the next time. And then you could just do a special call meeting for whatever the heck we do have availability.
All right, so that's for printing, binding, and assets, and so that's it. So motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor of that?
Yeah.
And
That's
everyone
Bonnie.
meet me
That's funny.
Wait, just a point of inquiry, am I allowed to send you the email with the minutes, or do I need to send it through her? With the first half of the minutes?